right, what's up, y'all? Marcus and Kayla here. We are the father-daughter portion of the Rembert Blount Property Group, and we are here to talk to you about, once again, about two of our passions, which is wine and
real estate.
Yep. So today we are reviewing a Cabernet Sauvignon, all right, which happens to be my favorite. All right, but we're reviewing a bottle that we've never tasted before. So this is called Lovely You, and it actually happens to be two things about this. One, as you can see, it's a screw cap. So screw caps tend to get a bad rap. Not all wines that are screw caps are bad or poor quality wines. So one thing to keep in mind, that this one is one we're just rating. It's a sugar-free wine. So automatically, Kayla thinks she won't like it. And so how we rate our wines, we put them in two categories, which is buy or rent. Okay, buy means, I'm sorry, thank you. Own or rent. Own means, hey, we're gonna keep this in stock. We really like it. We're gonna drink it constantly. And then rent means that, hey, we can, do without it. Or if you just happen to have it and it's the only thing you have on hand, when we come visit you, we'll drink it. But then we might talk about you afterwards. but really, we just one that we don't really care too much for. So this is both of our first times trying this one. So let's see what we got. Okay, so I'm gonna let Kayla give her thoughts first.
Okay, so like you said, it's sugar-free, 100 calories, and it tastes like it. It's not good. I am going to rent this, and I might sublease this, actually. I'm not a fan.
Okay, all right. And I actually thought I would feel the exact same way and not like it. However, I don't mind it. I will rent it as well, just because it's not something that I will drink every day or, whenever I want just a really good glass of wine. However, I'm not going to be mad if it's on hand. It actually is a little smoother than I thought it would be, and a little bit more flavorful. I thought it would be more tasteless. So there we go.
Okay, well, let's move into the good portion. But today, and talk about our real estate subject, which is our biggest real estate regrets ever. I'm going to let you start.
Okay, so the biggest real estate regrets. I really love and hate this one. I hate it for obvious reasons, just because it's regrets of ours. I don't know why I can't say that right now. And I love it just because it's a learning opportunity for me. So most of the things in life, I don't have a lot of regrets, but the few things I do, I feel like if I learn from them, then I always win. I didn't lose if I learned. So my biggest real estate regret, I actually have two, but one of probably my largest is not investing in real estate in the towns where my kids went to college. All right, so for example, Kayla went to Mizzou, which is in Columbia, Missouri, and back at the time when she was attending, it was just starting to really get really popular and blow up. And my regret is I didn't take advantage of something, especially at that point. I think I just started my real estate business at that point, or was just on the verge of transitioning from corporate to real estate. And so I kind of let fear get in the way of taking advantage of something that would have created not only an opportunity for my wife and I, but for her, and something that we could have, left behind for our kids or grandkids, or leveraged into another opportunity. All right, so that's mine. What about yours?
You said you had two.
Oh, my second one is not thinking bigger on the purchases I did make. So, as long as it's within your budget, if you think bigger, there's a saying that, money makes more money, or the more money you have, the more money it returns you or generates you in return. So just thinking too small in general on some of our real estate purchases in the past. So I'm going to learn from that in the process of taking down a big purchase my wife and I are. So stay tuned on that.
So my biggest real estate regret is, and like you said, I have very few regrets in life, but this is one. I rented in this city before the pandemic. on the north side, and it was a area called Uptown. And even more specifically, I lived in like the Sheridan Park area of Uptown. And back then it wasn't much, but I liked it because it was safe. It was less expensive than some of its counterparts like Lakeview, and even like Ravenswood and Andersonville. And he was trying to get me to buy then, and he wanted me to buy a 3-unit. And I was just so overwhelmed with the idea of doing that. I was still in corporate then, so I ended up traveling too. So just the thought of having to deal with that really stressed me out, even though I was in property management, so I should have known that would have been easy to leverage. But just the whole thought of it really made me nervous. So I ended up renting, and I wish I would have bought, because now that area has just completely exploded. It was actually in some Chicago newspaper a few months ago as like one of the most sought out neighborhoods and on the rise neighborhoods in the city. So I just know that if I would have bought there, even if I would have bought like a condo, my monthly payment would have been cheaper than rent, and I would have so much equity now. So that is a huge regret of mine. And that was before the market went absolutely nuts last year too. So I probably could have refinanced. Just so many missed opportunities that I was too scared to make, and scared money doesn't make money. So I didn't make money off that.
Yep, there you go. So I bet she'll learn for next time. And one other thing too, as a note, she said 3-unit for those of you outside of the greater Chicagoland area. We call a 3-unit what you will typically call a triplex. All right, so in multifamily, we call a 2-unit, a 2-flat, so on and so forth. So just some of our Chicago language, if you will. Speaking of whether you're in Chicagoland area or not, if you have any real estate questions or needs within Chicago or outside of Chicagoland area, anywhere in the country, in the U.S. and internationally, feel free to hit us up. We can help you here, obviously, but we can also put you in contact with our colleagues around the globe. All right, so with that, Kayla, what do we want the people to do?
We want you to, number one, comment and let us know if there are any wines that we should be drinking, any wines with sugar and more calories, and or just any comments, your biggest real estate regret. I would love to know that personally, and so that we and everybody else can learn from it. And then we want you to like, subscribe, and share with anybody that this might be useful for. So what's our saying?
So, yep, we have a saying that life is a gift from God.
Style is how you live it.
All right, cheers.